As the Senate returns from August recess, there's really a lot to do. In fact, there might be too much to do in the amount of time that they have between now and the end of September. Obviously, the most urgent priorities for both the House and the Senate are keeping the government funded and raising the debt ceiling. But given what's happened along the Gulf Coast in Houston, Texas, and elsewhere, there may also be an urgent need for emergency supplemental funding to address the needs of the people along the Gulf Coast in the wake of Hurricane Harvey. But that's not really where the Senate will start. The first priority likely out of the gate here is the Defense Authorization Bill. That's the policy bill for the Pentagon's operations for the next fiscal year. It's a bill that has passed the Senate and in fact become law every year for more than a half century, so that's something that's likely to eventually get done, but there might be a bit of an amendment process beforehand. The defense authorization debate could lead to the need to debate the authorization for the use of military force against the likes of the Taliban in Afghanistan as part of the ongoing effort and the increased troop levels that were announced without numbers by President Donald Trump. There's also, of course, always percolating the ongoing investigations of Russian meddling in the 2016 presidential election. You can expect that as the Senate is in session, that the Senate Intelligence Committee in particular will continue to hold hearings, perhaps behind closed doors, perhaps some in public, as part of that investigation, and we might get some sense of what the investigators have been up to while lawmakers were away for the month of August. Leaders in the Senate have been out in their home states, although there haven't been necessarily as many town hall meetings or public events as you might expect. There was one event where Mitch McConnell, the Senate Majority Leader, of course, welcomed Steve Mnuchin, the Secretary of the Treasury, to Louisville, Kentucky. And the two men were there to talk about the tax reform effort that's coming up in the fall. That's another priority, although it's one that might have to get pushed back at least a little bit as they're dealing with the debt ceiling, as they're dealing with funding the government and any urgent Harvey-related funding. Regardless, though, there's going to be a mad rush of activity between now and the end of the month, trying to avoid any self-inflicted wounds or inadvertent crises as the end of the month approaches.